Hello, good people.
Hey!
Hello. We are so excited to be here with you tonight to launch our Big Payback campaign. We're going to give it just a couple of minutes for some people to join us. So if you can hang tight, we're going to be with you and we're going to get this party started.
Oh my goodness, it's so exciting. I'm like trying to post all the things.
Now, let me give some disclaimers. This is the first time we've used this software platform, so y'all just roll with us. Just go with the flow. I'm going to be testing some things out. I'm going to be playing with some things, so we will make sure we get our message across and make sure that we get our goals and objectives and everything that we're here for. So just bear with us. We are like super turned up. Do people say that anymore, Alicia? Turned up? Am I
I
still in
mean, I
style?
do.
We might be telling our ages. We might be
A
telling
little
our
bit.
age. Well, some kind of way, we had our names up here. Some kind of way, they're no longer there. So again, just we're gonna roll with the punches. And if you haven't learned that technology is technology by now, then just keep on using it, and you will understand. But we're gonna roll with the punches. Just to start out, we would love to do a quick introduction. My name is Kara James Johnson. I am the executive director and a co-founder of The Fine Design. And Alicia, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Alicia Curry, not to be confused with Aisha Curry, even though I do claim her as a cousin. But I am the vice chairwoman of the board for the Fine Design. Very excited to be here. Oh, and yes, right on time. Our
There it
names
is. There it is. So just in case you forgot, there it is. We here, and that is who we are. And so our goal today is to launch this 24 hours of giving. It's just that time where we are just focused on how we can bring awareness and how we can bring support and funding to such a huge cause. And so we're excited to just sit with you, get for you to get to know us a little bit, for us to get to know you a little bit. So feel free to chat with us, engage with us as we launch this big payback. Do it for your girl. Throughout this evening, we'll give you, see at the bottom, opportunities. We'll post the link in just a second for you to donate. Our goal this year is to make sure that 40 girls, 40 Black girls and girls of color are sponsored during the summer camp. Now, over the next 24 hours, you'll hear a bunch of things as we talk about what the summer camp is, what the goal and objectives are for the camp, and how the experience is not just the camp, it's a journey. It's an experience for our young ladies. So make sure that you're following our social media pages so you can see what your investment is and where it goes directly. You'll get a little history about the Fine Design and who we are and what we're about and what our services and programs provide. So please stick around as you check us out. Alicia, while we starting this thing, tell us a little bit about yourself while we're here.
Yeah, I actually wore a very appropriate sweatshirt to explain to explain who I am. I'm a wife, a mom, and a boss.
Okay,
Right?
I like it. Please
Perfect.
send me one of those. You got the address. Can you send me one of
I
those?
don't remember where I got it from, but I will try and find the receipt for you, and I will send you one. Yes, so I am a wife, mom, and boss living outside of Nashville, Tennessee, with my wonderful husband and wonderful 2-year-old son, and he'll soon to be 3. And I have the privilege of serving on the board for the Fine Design. And I have, shared this with you, Kara, but I just having had a wonderful life up to this point. I have been fortunate to have mentors in my life that have instilled in me the importance of making sure that I'm doing everything I can to give back with everything that I have been given. That is just like my main goal in life and pretty much anything I do. One of my favorite words are, how you're supposed to have a word for the year, like the new trends. So my word for the decade is catalyst. And that
Okay.
is
Okay.
how I see myself. That's how I decide what and how I'm going to contribute to make the world a better place. And so that's kind of the short and long of it. What about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, let me take you on just a journey because as a co-founder, I think it's important to understand how fine design came to be, and just I'm a native of Michigan, actually Pontiac, Michigan, about 20 minutes from Detroit. I moved out here in high school, and I didn't know until recently how really traumatic that experience was for me. When I grew up, I was around a lot of blackness, black principals and teachers and black business owners. And, I had that environment. And so then I moved to a little small town in Tennessee, and it was a different experience, to say the least. I really felt that my being was a problem. The way I talked, the way I moved, I can tell you countless times just me not saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and sir was a problem. And my mother was called during those moments that I didn't say certain things and say it in a way was supposed to be said down here in the deep South. And so we relocated to Nashville, where it was, back then, we're not going to say how far back then, but back then, it was definitely more subtle, but it existed. And so, it started out as a volunteer experience. It wasn't this just who are to go start a nonprofit. And so we realized the lack of spaces. We were actually frustrated and saddened by the lack of spaces for Black girls to just be. And I know being a Black woman, sometimes people don't understand what that means, but to be able to show up and not be misunderstood, not be judged, not being stereotyped, can't even express certain emotions without a stereotype or a stigma coming with that. So just making sure that girls had a safe space to just be themselves and to be able to cultivate and move around and be who they are without being penalized was the goal of this organization. And again, we'll get into more of that over the next 24 hours. So fine design, that's why I'm here. So we say a lot of times we are not our sister keepers. We are our sisters. So that's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this organization, that I see me in the girls that we serve. I see those experience. Oftentimes when we're teaching them and facilitating them, we're talking to ourselves, our younger selves, right? And so that's the experience. And so we're here to journey alongside of them. We're here to go with, because, in this 2021, they speaking up now. So just telling a child what to do ain't working, right? So really traveling with them along this journey of life and providing the tools and building from their strengths and their powers, right, is the goal of the organization. So as you can see, I am sorry, but I'm not, right, that I'm so passionate about this space, this organization. We do good work, and we've shown who we are and the impact that we make. So yes.
Amazing.
Go ahead. Well, thank you. I just got all turned, like y'all know me by now, people. Y'all know.
Listen, I'm like, preach.
So as you can see, it's two things that we stand out with this organization. We say all the time, we like to make impact and we like to have fun. You can really have fun. And after this year, right, of COVID, if you're not in Nashville, we've had floods, we've had a bombing, right? We've had tornadoes. It really puts things in perspective, what is really important in life. So I ask you and I invite you to just roll with us these next 24 hours and just have fun, right? And the key thing is you can have fun too and make an impact by investing in Black girls and other girls of color. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. We want to be their voices. We want to be their support system. We want to show them that they're valued, that they're heard. And that's what we're doing, standing in that gap. Alicia, back me up on this tip that I'm on right now.
I mean, right now you're killing the game. I think that the only thing I would add is just that with COVID last year, for the history that you have been able to make such an amazing impact. So first off, kudos, round of applause for what you
Yes,
have done
shut
in the
up.
Nashville community. Pat yourself on the back, because that is definitely incredible. Which obviously was why I was very easily, and it's easy to say yes when the call came to join the board because of that. And I think that it cannot be understated, or it can be overstated, how important organizations like this are for under-resourced communities. And when you're able to create an organization that has such an impact, that gives girls the spaces so they can see what's possible for themselves, it literally changes the trajectory of their lives.
Yes.
There is the old adage that you can't be what you can't see. I won't say that, but it is extremely difficult to be what you can't see. And so
Okay.
it cannot be overstated how important organizations like this are to create to help bridge that gap, because the gap is definitely there when you're in an environment that does not value you, that does not see you, that does not want to uplift you and actually feed into and pour into your potential. And with COVID, that, of course, as we all know, for almost all children, right? Like the experience of schooling, of trying to figure out what life even means anymore, has become that much more difficult. And, you weren't even able to have a program last year because of COVID. And so the consistency that you have been able to that are the program that you typically throw, they're like, that was missed last summer, which is
Yeah.
makes it all the more important for this summer to be like the big, comeback that we're hoping to pour into these girls even more than you have in the past, because they did miss last year. And that is something that we want to make sure that we're, make up for and create a space and meet them where they are in the environment and the climate of today, which is, speaks to what the theme of the camp this year is going to be for, but we'll get into that. I'll let you get into the explanation for that. But yeah, that's the only thing I would add. Otherwise, like, you're killing it. I'm just over here nodding.
Well, and I am a reflection of you and the community. We're killing it, right? And so, that was so key to what you just said. Like, right, even though we are hoping that we're coming out of this pandemic, a lot of the repercussions, a lot of the outcomes of the pandemic, we're gonna see. Like, we haven't seen the impact that this pandemic has had for all of us, but especially people that lack the resource and lack the support and that space. And so we're excited about, while that's a challenge, right? We are excited about answering that call. And that's what we're here. We're intentional about answering that call. Speaking of the summer program, I just wanted to give a little background of the summer program. I'm excited about it because it really is a program by the girls for the girls. One thing that we observed over the last year, and I kind of talked about this, if you are on my personal page, I kind of talked a little bit about this, was that, struggle can bring out creativity, right? It tends to bring out innovation, one of the things that it does. And so we saw that on a whole nother level this year with our girls. They're already creative, innovative, and smart and intelligent, but we saw it on another level. They had the safe space, number one, to grieve another adverse childhood experience. They were able to grieve what was going on in the social justice climate. And so having that space to grieve was huge. But after that, and as we moved through those emotions, one thing that we saw was this creative, innovative spirit being birthed from that. And so seeing them speak on entrepreneurship. Last year, we ran a pilot and we ran some programming during school on the not hybrid, but virtual platform. And they talked about their businesses and t-shirt companies, and they got the swag that they already had, but found to really launch in businesses. And so we wanted to cultivate a space to guide them to that process, because we see a lot of rainbows and butterflies around businesses, but it's a real thing to run a business, right? So we want to make sure that we set our girls up for success, number one. And two, again, this social justice climate, a lot of times they're in spaces and education systems that judge how they speak, and a broken quote unquote English. And so that can mute a girl if they feel intimidated by just having a voice, right? So we saw them coming back behind this movement with a voice and wanted to make sure that they gave their opinion and speak on what was happening in the world and in this country. And so we really found a creative way to put those things together. You'll hear all the data around wealth creation and around inequalities when it comes to Black women and Latino women versus white women or men. And so we'll hear about that data tomorrow, but I wanted to emphasize just this climate of just this social enterprise that we will be teaching them and they will be learning about over the summer. And so we're excited to take what we've learned from them and where their excitement is and put it into a program that can teach them how to run a business, to teach them how to create wealth, and to also teach them to have a voice on the front line of it. So we're super, super amped up about launching that program this summer. And with you all help today, we'll be definitely able to sponsor all girls, 40 girls we will be servicing this summer with your help. And we're excited about that.
That's incredible. I can remember back when I was younger, like trying to go to camp and like wishing, because you see like the camp movies from like back when we were young and you were like, oh, like that would be so like amazing to be able to go to camp, whatever the summer camp theme was. But to have a camp that one like meets the moment, right? Like it recognizes where these girls are in their journey through life, and instead of either trying to quiet those voices down, the opportunity for them to be able to amplify it and to know what to do, because like you don't know what you don't know. And so to have the opportunity to be in a space that celebrates them, that embraces them, I think it's going to be really incredible. And then also that helps them to navigate like what it actually is to run a business. Like you mentioned that earlier, there's a lot of fanfare, if you will, or a lot of it's popular to want to be an entrepreneur, but aside from that popularity, it's like how do you when you have, especially when you have young people that want to make an impact, like how do you amplify that and help them actually know what the next steps are, and that way that decreases their chances of wanting to give up. It decreases their chances of not wanting to try, even though they may have a good idea, and also just gives them like the actual foundation, just like any version of education that we try to instill in our children, is like educating them in the things that they're interested in is invaluable. And I like almost wish I could like turn back the hands of time so I could be.
We can go, right? And that's what you said. And one thing that people I think don't realize too is the lack of access to business owners, right, and leaders and entrepreneurs. So you can have this idea and this vision and all of those things, but if you don't have access to someone that can lead you and guide you and just journey along with you during that time, it's hard. And so that's what we want to do. So aside from raising the funds, we really, if you are specifically a woman of color that is in a role of leadership or not, but you have a story that will help guide them through that process, we encourage you today to volunteer with our organization. We have tons of opportunity for you to give back in the form of volunteering and bringing your expertise and your resources to the table outside of financial resources. So we want to encourage you today to definitely check us out. Before we end this broadcast, you will have the ability to check out our social media pages and make sure that you are following us so you can get all the updates and the exciting things that we will have for you over the next 24 hours. Did you want to talk a little bit, Ms. Curry, about our goal and what our financial goal is?
Listen, I just got a notification because we're 10 minutes out, okay? We got 10 minutes until we officially kick off this Big Payback campaign. I'm especially appreciative of the fact that this even exists. I think that I always try to like make the comparison, like this is like Giving Tuesday, but like just for nonprofits in Middle Tennessee. And so it's a way for us to make a massive impact for our local community, for people that we know, for communities that we want to see grow and thrive as all these companies are moving here. There's still a great need for nonprofits, and especially during the tornado last year, right? The amount of times that you heard like, oh, this is the volunteer state. We've never had this many volunteers. We've never had this level of engagement when, a natural disaster happens. Like, we don't have to wait for a natural disaster to have the same amount of impact. And so days like this are really exciting for nonprofits to be able to get our message out there, to let people know what we're about and what we're doing. So the official goal is, I put air quotes, I'll tell you why in a second. The official goal is for us to raise $20,000. I am extremely competitive and also very optimistic and overly confident in things. And so I think, the official goal is $20,000 for the next 24 hours. For the month of May, the entire month. So as we're continuing to get the word out, as people hear about the Big Payback, even if they don't hear about it in this next 24 hours, we will still be collecting donations throughout that. And so our plan and goal is to get to a level of 30. Seriously, we'll talk about Enneagram in a second. To get to $30,000 for the month of May, but we want $20,000 to happen within this next 24 hours. And we'll kind of explain that in the different events that we have over the next 24 hours. The more individual contributions we have, we actually qualify for bonuses on the hour, at different times, at midnight, at 6 a.m. There's all these different ways that you can help us. Depending on the size of our nonprofit, we get bonuses based on those. And so we're really trying to concentrate all of our efforts on this next 24 hours, starting in now 8 minutes. Trust me, I can fill up the whole 8 minutes. So the official goal is 20,000, but seriously, if you have a heart for not even just young girls of color, if you know an amazing woman of color, very often, or very likely, 120% of the time, the reason she's so amazing is because people poured into her coming up as a child. And this is what the fine design is about. And so, even if you don't know, any young women of color, if you don't care about that, if you know an amazing Black woman, if you know me, if you know Carrie, anybody that you know, that organizations like this are the stepping stone for many of us to get to whatever levels of success, whatever levels of accomplishment we are able to come to. And so I just really want to blow this $30,000 thing out of the water. Yes. I want y'all, whatever you can give, please. Every dollar counts. I will one click below Kanye with the okay, you gave $5, give 5 more in the next hour. Is whatever you can muster to give, we definitely appreciate it. And then also sharing with your community, right? So the people that you know that would be interested in helping us achieve this goal of making sure that we can get 40 girls completely covered for an 8-week summer program on entrepreneurship, we'll be eternally grateful, and is what our goal is. And I hope that you will consider that and share this with your network. Y'all, if you're on my personal page, if you know me, you already know I set up the invite. I've been telling y'all about it for the last week. So we're 6 minutes away, and as soon as that 6 minutes hit, you're gonna see a whole bunch more posts from me to continue giving. And then also, just another idea is company matching. If you have a company that wants to be more intentional about diversity initiatives, about diversity and inclusion initiatives within their local community, and they don't know where to get started, the Fine Design is the perfect place to do that. We invite you to share the information that you'll see on this live, that you'll see in the events that we're having in the next 24 hours. So I will stop rambling, because otherwise, but yes, I am. So Enneagram is a personality type that explains kind of why you are the way you are. And I'm very much a type 8, which is a challenger. So
you have 2 on here. You have 2. So check out Charles. Let us know if you are in the comments and you know your Enneagram score. Drop it in the comments. I'm gonna see
Yeah.
what we have out here listening. But also, just to reiterate what Alicia just said, this is such an important cause. Over the next 24 hours, as she stated, it's contests, it's all type of way incentives for us to be able to raise this money. So while we definitely will be doing it over the month of May, it's just these next 24 hours is crucial in being able to get the incentives and the things the extra that we can get from this campaign. So please join us in this cause. This is a this is not about us. This is about an organization, a community-based organization. So it's just as much as ours as it is yours. And so make sure it's our job. Meet us with this goal, this philanthropy goal of making sure that we provide this service and these programs for our young ladies. If they are better, we're better, right? We're all interconnected. So it's about making each other better. So that's the mutual benefit. If Black girls are better and stronger and get the tools that they need, you are better and stronger. And there's an impact from that. So invest in our Black girls and other girls of color doing this program. I'm so excited. I'm just getting all tied up now. Look what y'all done done to me. Like this is y'all done ignited my fire for the next 24 hours. Now check me out this time tomorrow. That's gonna be key, right? Because I'm gonna be on 10 for the next 24 hours. So check on your girl. Just send me a text or a chat. Just check on your girl. Make sure you're all right. But real talk, we are just super excited about this opportunity and for you to join us. So in these last couple of minutes, we're winding down to the official kickoff. We don't have the exact numbers. Please check our Facebook page at 6:30. We'll be announcing where we're at. I think with the Predators and what I'm seeing so far is close to about 8,000 already, but I'm just going to say that number. And I am very competitive as well. So my crew, I need you. Like Alicia really she hurting me out here. I need you to help me out. I know you're gonna come hard in these next 24 hours, right? Y'all can't let her do that to me.
I'm coming in hot, man. I'm not playing no games, man.
So as you can see, we have a good time. Oh, a reminder. Coming up at 7:00 tonight, we have a free virtual event. Alicia, do you have that link by any chance? And if not, we will get that for you. We have a free virtual event. It's Cinco de Mayo. And why not celebrate with the fine design? We have a bartender that will be coming in. They will teach you how to make a signature cocktail, all in the name of fun and bringing awareness with the fine design. Join us. We'll put the link below for you to just check us out. Come in, bring your tools, bring what you have, and allow her to guide you through making your own signature cocktail, right? It's the summertime. It's Cinco de Mayo. What better way? And if you want an alcohol or not, that's your choice. But this is an opportunity for you to just hang out with us. No formality. Just hang out, engage, and create in this space with the bartender, our bartender. I'm excited to meet her. I haven't met her yet. So join us. It's from 7 to 8. We'll put the link below. You do need to register to get the link. You'll automatically get the link and join us right on Zoom at 7:00 and unwind with the fine girls.
Hey.
Fine crew, I'll say. Anything else? Any last moment? We got 1 minute. We count down, y'all. I wish I had a countdown or time.
I know, like a timer. Look, my fingers. Look, I don't use anything.
I do have one. I don't know. Let's check it out for a minute. We was a couple of seconds late, but that's all right. It's Big Payback time. Y'all try to say that fast. Just like
Big
you
Payback.
said.
Yeah, you can't say it 3 times.
I shouldn't have asked Alicia. I knew she was going to show me out. But it's the big payback time. We are officially within our 24 hours of giving. We've talked about it for the last 30 minutes. So it's your time to show us that you're down for the cause and you're down for this mission. So please, 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 we're going to put the link up once again for you to be able to donate, for you to get engaged. Please, please consider just donate any price. We don't ask for a specific price. We just ask you to donate what you have. $5, $10, $500, $5,000. We
Hey.
want you to just give what you have to the cause that is so deeply, deeply important. Any last words before we jump off here, Alicia?
Man, I'm just excited. I've been amped up for for a couple of weeks about it, so hopefully you guys can feel it through the screen. It is when you are, willing and able to do for others. There's nothing greater. So I just encourage you to check us out. Consider, even all the organizations participating. Like, take a look, peruse, but start at the Fine Design, because you can add to cart. You can add other organizations.
Yeah.
So definitely don't limit it. There are ways that we can uplift everybody together, and today, this next 24 hours is how we do that, and I'm just excited.
Yeah, and it's Do It For Your Girl. Our campaign, the whole campaign that we'll be focusing on the next 24 hours is doing it for your girl. Won't you do it for your girl? We have an even dance challenge that I want you all to check out and join us in with this challenge. Please, please consider doing it for your girl with the Big Payback 2020. Thank you all. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure that you join us at 7 o'clock to get our signature cocktail going on and learn more about the organization. Deep bow of gratitude for what is coming and deep bow of gratitude for you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Big Payback.
Hey.